What's going on, guys? This is Zach from the Solar Journal. Wanted to talk to you guys today about getting into the solar industry. Now, first, when you're getting into the solar industry, you really want to decide what you want to do. Do you want to do operations where you're installing solar panels, handling like project management on a granular level, or do you want to get into sales? Now, installing is a very solid career. I have plenty of friends that install solar panels these days. They probably make anywhere about $50,000 to $60,000 a year in California installing them. It's steady work. They're W-2. They go ahead and they get benefits, all that good stuff. So if you're looking for like a really stable career, maybe the idea of making 50, 60, maybe even on the high end $70,000 a year, installing can be a really great way to go. I've always been on the sales side. So if you wanted to get into sales, what you really want to focus on is, do you want to become a W-2 employee, or do you want to go 1099 where you're self-employed? They both have their benefits and they both have their drawbacks. Now, the benefits of working with like W-2 with like a big company, say like Sunrun or Vivint, is that you do get a little bit of a salary. You are going to usually get benefits as well. The drawback is usually the earning potential. There's usually a very real glass ceiling when you're working with a W-2 solar company, meaning that the amount of money you can make is typically capped. Usually they say it's uncapped, but in a lot of ways, you do end up getting capped in some ways. The other way is 1099. And so again, 1099 has a bunch of pros, a bunch of cons. The pros of 1099 are the earning potentials. And so when you go 1099 and you're self-employed, you're your own business, the earning potentials are much higher in solar. I can go ahead and in another video, I'll break down kind of the differences as far as what you should expect as far as earnings. But when you go 1099, the cons are you're your own business, right? And so if you don't sell, you do not make money. You don't get benefits. So that's something different for a lot of people, is instead of getting health insurance, health benefits, they have to go ahead and buy their own. And so those are some things that you need to think about. Do you want to go W-2? Have a little bit maybe more of a stable career. Maybe try and work your way up the corporate ladder where you're a sales rep, you go up into a management position after years, or do you want to go into your own business? And so for about 6 years, I had been a W-2 employee. I worked at a company called Solar City. They ended up becoming Tesla, and then I worked at Sunrun. And so last year was the first year that I made that hop into 1099, and it was really scary. It was, because I was used to having the steady paycheck coming in. But what really appealed to me to 1099 was that I had a lot of friends that were consulting independently. And what they were doing is they were showing me their paychecks, and the amount of money they were making versus the amount of money I was making, selling very similarly, was a night and day difference. And so those are some things you really want to think about when going solar. Do you want to install? Do you want to sell? If you want to sell, do you want to have more of a stable career, do something like W-2? Your earnings are going to be capped a little bit, but it's a little bit more stable. Or are you more of an entrepreneur type where you're okay, taking on the brunt of everything, where if you do not sell, if you do not produce, you do not make money, right? Very feast or famine. And so if you guys want a little bit more information on W-2, some companies in your area that are currently hiring, feel free to drop me a comment. I can go ahead and give you guys a little bit of insight. If you want a little bit more information on 1099, what I do and how that works, again, just drop a comment. I'd love to share that with you guys. If you guys like that video, please subscribe. I will talk to you soon. All right, bye.